Peace, 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 y'all. This is pop-up live. I don't think anybody's in the building yet. While that is happening, that is a good thing. Let me pull up my share screen real quick. Oh, one person is in the building. Shout out to whoever gave that like. 4 people in the building. Okay. We about to go in. All right, 5 people. All right, it's coming up. When you come in the building, let me know something. Let me know what's going on. Let me get it off there, because that's not where we want to start. Let me just pull this up on my computer. How's everybody's Sunday going, man? Hopefully your full moon rituals were prosperous, were filled with joy, were filled with dance, hopefully filled with love, even if it was self-love, right? Sex, hopefully for some of y'all, hopefully it was filled with, a good feeling of you, a good feeling, a good emotion of you stepping into your comfort zone. Now, I don't want to be long-winded with this because as you guys see, I got a lot of tabs open and we're going to get into a lot of things. I'm going to try to not to make this a 4-hour video, but y'all know how I do. But I'm going to let spirit guide me. I got a little bit of an outline, but I'm going to let spirit guide me. Now, first and foremost, as I talk about this, what I want to tell y'all is that I don't care what your sexual orientation is. I don't care what you do behind closed doors, who you sleep with, who you talk to, that's none of my business. And nor should it be any of yours or our business, right? People should do what they want to do and feel comfortable doing it how they want to do it. Everyone is incarcerated. Everybody is incarnated here for a reason and a purpose, right? And that reason and that purpose is, is very much, I don't want to say predestined, but it is predestined because you're incarcerated. You're incarnated here to become. Oh, sorry, I was getting this up on my phone. Yeah, you're incarnated here. Oh, there's people here. All right. Peace to the gods and goddesses. King's Corner, Divine 2269. Peace. Alaskan Avatar. Peace. EB King. Peace. Yes, sir. Soul Matters. Peace. Big up. Straight Panther. Peace. Big up. Okay. AJ. Hey. All right. See y'all coming in the building. All right. I told y'all my new moon video, all right, what I started about cancer. I told you I was going to do this video. But some reason Spirit kept telling me, yo, to chill. You know what I'm saying? Don't drop it yet. I'm like, damn, in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking I ain't keeping my word, because there's many times that I have said I would drop something or I would drop it tomorrow and I haven't dropped it. But I'm like, damn, I'm really trying to change that aspect of things. And this is just me being vulnerable about it, right? We all have things we have to work on. So I'm like, damn. And then boom, I look on YouTube and Lil Nas X has done it again, right? So it allowed me to still keep the things that I had up because for some reason I was just doing research on it and I just kept the tab and the windows up. So anyway, what we're going to get into is Omega Psychotic Peace. What we're going to get into is we're going to talk about what's going on, right? There are certain people that are controlling the way you see reality, the way you and I see reality, right? That is their goal. Their goal is perception. Their goal is for you to see reality the way they want you to see reality. Kwame Brown, shout out to Kwame Brown, he calls it the go along, get along gang, right? So for this particular video, we're going to pretty much call them that. But the go along, get along gang is another name for the Boule, right? The Black Boule, the Black secret societies. And we're going to get into how this is influencing Mr. Lil Nas X, how this occult ritual, what they're doing, and how you won't really see it unless you understand symbolism. And I'm going to break down some of the symbolism for you guys this afternoon, or even whenever you're watching this, right? I'm going to break down some of the symbolism for you. So let's start off with And peace to everybody in the chat. Peace to everybody coming in. If you are coming in, please hit that like button. I do appreciate it. All right. If anytime you wish to donate, you can definitely use the super chat, but I would prefer the Cash App. And I'm going to put the link right here. All right. Real quick. And we're going to get started. All right. We got 12 people here. So that's a good number to start with. So let's get started. All right. So I have this up here. And the reason I have this up here is this is the square and compass of Freemasonry. The square and compass of Freemasonry, a lot of times when people think about or talk about Freemasonry, they think that this is something like devilish, they're devil worshippers, they are, hiding super secrets. And in the case of that, it is, right? It is an elite boys and girls club, the Freemasons. They primarily recruit their people out of colleges. I'm going to show you some links on how these Black fraternities and how the Boule recruits its members, right? But they primarily recruit members out of colleges. And the whole purpose is not just the purpose is to separate them from you, right? The G in Freemasonry right here, this G in the middle. So you have the compass, which deals with your circumference or the surroundings that you put yourself in. Also, the compass deals with your worldview, having a 360 worldview instead of just looking at things one way, right? So the compass makes circles primarily. So it's your circle of influence, your aura, your environment, right? The people, places, and things, etc. So that is just a short version of the compass, right? Now, I'm not a Freemason by any means, right? I haven't gone to the Black fraternity, so I haven't been invited. I probably wouldn't invest in the invite because what I will say is instead of looking at Freemasons as demonic or people that worship, negative entities, which let's face it, looking at the world today, we know that they do to some degree. I would more so look at it as them thinking that they are better than you. Right? Them thinking that they have their compass and their 360-degree view where you only have one view. The G in Freemasonry is for wisdom. So the G is for God. Okay, so the G in Freemasonry is for wisdom. The G is not for God. It's for wisdom. It is Gomar. And the square is the foundation. So this particular item right here is basically your foundation or what you would stand on. So we say in the streets, standing on your square, make sure you stand on your square, right? That's your foundation, your morals, your principles, which should be of you gaining wisdom. So all this symbol is about wisdom. So I just want to demystify that real quick. All right. So let's go into Homie's video. I am not going to play the audio, obviously, but I want to show you through some imagery what's going on, right? We're going to start with this BET video because that's what we're going to start with before. And we're just going to go through certain points. Again, hopefully they don't flag me because I'm not playing any audio. But we're going to go through certain points, stop and start, right? And I'll show you peace to the mad scientist, peace to Jeremy Lang. We're going to go into some symbolism, all right? So this is how the video's starting off, right? We see him going up the steps, right? Now, we'll get into the breakdown of these steps too as we go through this. But if you look, so let's pause it right here. So if you look at him, right, and this is fair use, this for educational purposes, YouTube, right? I ain't doing nothing wrong. So if you notice, these are these horns on his head, right? On this particular pharaoh head, that is a representation of him. But most importantly, he has on a black garment, okay? This black garment is representation of Shakti or Shiva energy or Bina energy, right? This Shakti or Shiva energy is basically dark energy or dark matter. You have something in your body, scientifically speaking, or everything has it, called black body radiation. It is basically the radiation that is the foundation of you, right? So this black body radiation is you. So him basically going up these steps is a representation of him. Let's go back a little bit. Start from the beginning. So it is a representation of him basically going up to an altar, and she represents the G in masonry, which is wisdom. Now, if you guys looked in my relationship video that I did, we used this Enter the Apprentice masonry board. Real quick, we'll go into the Enter the Apprentice masonry board, and I just want to show you. And all right, I just want to show you. No, I'm sorry. I said the G is for wisdom. The G is for beauty. That's my mistake. So we go into this Enter Apprentice masonry board, and all right. So you see the wisdom right here. Okay. So wisdom is in the middle. This is the ladder that you go up. You could call this the spine. You could call this your Kundalini energy. You could call this your chakras being awakened, right? All those things deal with wisdom. You have to have wisdom to open and awaken your chakras. You have to have wisdom to stir your Kundalini. You have to have wisdom to be emotionally responsible for the energy that you put in motion towards things in this earth, right? So you have to have a foundation. And that foundation, which is this square, as I showed you earlier, is wisdom, okay? If you look here, there is a blue sash on this guy at the bottom, and there is a purple sash on this lady on the bottom and this lady on the top, right? So these are all women. So when you're dealing with a man, masculine energy, you're dealing with strength, right? Leadership, strength, moving things forward, right? When you're dealing with ideas and cleverness, right? Wisdom. Women could see where a man can't see a lot of times because a man is moving in strength, he's moving in testosterone, when women is moving in estrogen. So basically, what he's doing in this particular part of the video is he is going to that part of the altar, okay? He's going to wisdom. He's petitioning wisdom. He is asking for wisdom, all right? And this is a ritual to give him this wisdom of how he could control perception. Okay, if you look at this particular King Tut head, you'll see that it has horns. These horns, right? If you look at the pharaoh head, it doesn't have horns. If you look at this King Tut head, there's no horns, like it's right here. It's two different images. So basically, the imagery is designed to evoke emotion. The imagery is designed to say, oh shit, this guy is tapping into the dark side, right? This guy is tapping into, energy that is evil, right? Energy that is bad. This is what would be perceived by the masses, okay? But he is using this as a way to initiate himself, basically. This is an initiation process. So let's go in a little bit. So he goes up to the woman, okay? And I want to show you also this process in another video before we go on. This is Tank's Wembley video, all right? And I'm going to show you how they do this all the time. So he's going to be going to an altar as well. Now, when they do these particular rituals, this ritual is a sexual energy ritual, okay? Even in this video, okay? Now you're going to see when Tank goes in here, right? Watch what happens to him when he goes in, and the first person to meet him. Now this is Tank's went. Now you see how he gets sprayed right there? You guys saw that? Well, he got sprayed like you spray an altar. Red, root chakra, okay? He got sprayed like he sprayed an altar. Now, if you go to this video, towards the end, there's a whole bunch of sexual scenes. At the end, he's going to end up with a Caucasian girl, okay? Leading him. And you could go through this whole video. I'm just doing it for time. But you see that there's a ritual in place in here as well. Now, what they always do is they use sexual energy, right? He started off getting sprayed by a Black woman, which, again, another representation of the initiation, right? This is a sexually charged video. And at the end, he's with a white woman, right? So it's the same thing. He's getting initiated and go into the altar of wisdom and be seeking wisdom, okay? And you could also look at this in So we see the head is totally different, but they always want to tap into this Egyptian or Kemetic imagery for whatever reason when they're doing this. And the reason why they tap into this Egyptian or this Kemetic industry, especially when they're doing these type of sexual rituals, is sex is how we all got here. Sex is probably one of the strongest, most misused forces on the planet because it is such a powerful exchange of energy between people. And it's used in film, it's used in music, it's used to sell cars, it's used to sell food, right? Sex sells, as they say, because if sex sells and selling something is getting currency, then sex has the ability to pull currency. So when you look at this guy, this is what he is doing. He is going to the altar. Okay, so let's move on to him in this video. All right, and we're going to get into the other video. Now you see the circle in the middle. All right, so he has a circle in the middle. That is a clear sign, like that. You know, any type of magical act or cultish act, there's usually some type of circle in the middle. Right after he leaves, right, she disappears all of a sudden, and he's automatically in the middle. Okay, so and it looks like they're all praying to him. All right, and this is him receiving energy. He has on all black. Black is an absorber of energy. And if you look, right, with him, with the hoodies, did I keep that up? Yeah, we go get into it. But let's keep going. That doesn't even matter. But I just want to see something. They got it. Oh. So let's look at, oh, I kept it going. All right, hold on. Right, so he's in a circle, boom. They're giving him energy, stands up. All right, he's under like a pyramid type of structure. The lights go on. Now, he has on the Egyptian uraeus. So the Egyptian uraeus is, or the Cometian uraeus, that is what he has on his head, okay? This is a representation of your spinal cord, this snake type energy. Your body has that snake type of shape. So this particular item is a representation of that snake type energy, of that coiling energy, of that Kundalini energy. It's also him doing this is also a way of him showing how he is receiving energy through this ritual, through this Kundalini ritual, through this sexual ritual. And if you are having sex, there is a lot of energy that is going up your spine, believe it or not. When you are practicing something, when you are practicing Tantra as a male, and I talked about this in my last live, one of the goals is to have your semen hold the semen and when you retain it during sex, to have it go back up through the spine because it will recharge you and it will reinvigorate you, right? And that's what makes you a multi-orgasmic male at that point, because you're not just shooting out your seed, you're actually retaining it and using it as energy to power up your visions, your goals, or just your physical body, make it radiate. So this is a representation of that, and this is why he has it on. Now, later on in the video, he's going to throw this thing off. Let's continue moving. All right, and you see the things in the background. Here's the Kemetic industry, and I'm also going to show you how they always use Kemetic industry. So he throws off the towel. Again, they're going in a circle around him, right, in a ritual format. And so you see how he's like, let's go back. So they're basically just giving him energy in this particular ritual. If you look at everybody's hands movements and how they're just making circles around him, right? The circle, you already saw, I showed you the compass and the square already in Freemasonry, right? I showed you the compass and the square, that the compass is for making circles. And those of you who are into the occult already know about magic circles, and using certain symbols in order to make things happen. You see these movies all the time. In Lovecraft Country, you saw it in the last episode where Tick had to make a circle in order to do his magic spell, right? Him and his family to um, uh, to return his ancestors and to utilize his ancestors to defend himself. Okay, so and they're basically all around him. Again, there you see them winding. Now look at the guys. Okay, I just want to show you that this is a sexual ritual at best. Look at them. Look at them thrusting their hips and stuff like that. Okay, guys, look. This guy is under him. Basically, it was just under him. All right, it's the little things that you don't see. Also, I want to show y'all how this pyramid it's a pyramid that is going up. Okay, it's a pyramid that's going up. This is going to change. This pyramid is going to reverse like a Merkaba. And I'll show you guys what a Merkaba is. But this pyramid is going to reverse to where it's upside down towards the end of the video to show you that it is a spell that is being cast. And we're going to get into the new one. I promise you. I just want to go into a little bit more of what's happening. Okay. So he's shaking all that, still in the circle. Right now, if you look up here, okay, this particular structure is what I want you guys to look at. Maybe I'll blow this up. But I want you guys to look at this particular structure right here, and you will see a particular image. And this looks like what they call the Tetragrammaton. See, a lot of work is done to create this type of ritual, right? There's a lot of work done that you don't see, that's behind the scenes. And, you know, you really have to be able to understand imagery. So this is basically the Tetragrammaton. So I'm going to show you. I just want to show you in big view so you can really see it. And we'll go into the Tetragrammaton. So the Tetragrammaton this is what the Tetragrammaton looks like, okay? So if you look at this, and you look at Tetragrammaton, right? It's the same thing. And what is the Tetragrammaton? The Tetragrammaton means I am what I am, or Yad-He, Vad-He, right? Those of us who know, right? So this is where you get the name Jehovah, okay? This is where you get the name Jehovah. So it's very, very, very ill, the imagery. And again, just look at it. Hopefully you retain that image and you'll see it's the same thing. All right. Let's move on. So again, and he's walking back, switching, okay. And he's going into the middle. Now I had something I deleted it, but there's points in this video that actually replicate like a whole Freemasonic ritual. But anyway, let's keep going. Oh, and what I want to show y'all too is this. So he did this particular award show on the summer solstice. Okay. And this is where everybody was in an uproar. June 21st was the summer solstice. Everybody was in an uproar based on what he did. And, you know, definitely a sexual ritual. And it says, the performance had an ancient Egyptian theme with Nas dressed in shining gold like a pharaoh, surrounded by a group of male followers in a homage to Michael Jackson, 1991, Remember the Time. Okay? Nas even injected the chorus of Jackson's song into the end of his set, which he did. Okay? But, you know, it's very interesting how these people always seem to use, and by these people, I'm talking about the LGBTQ, the Black LGBTQ members. And again, I don't care what you do, but there's obviously an agenda here, right? There's an obvious agenda going on. And why would he be channeling Michael Jackson? Well, when did Michael Jackson die? Okay, June 25th, 2009 was when Michael Jackson died. All right, that's the Michael Jackson. When was the BET Awards when he did this? June 27th. And I actually looked this up. It was June 26th. So this is wrong when the BET Awards. That Sunday was when the awards was the 26th. So what he did was basically vamp the energy of Michael Jackson. And what they're trying to do is basically make him the new Michael Jackson so that he could lead the next generation of young Black boys in particular. Okay? He is going to be the new next pop star. He's the one that they want him to influence the masses, right? They want him to influence the masses. They want to have Black boys in particular think that in order to become popular, this is what you have to do. In order to become cool, this is what you have to do. Please don't tell me people are not influenced by media, okay? When I see millions of Black men out here with their pants sagging because I know they're rappers with pants were sagging, that I see them with tattoos over their eyes because they're favorite rappers, and they got tattoos over their face because they favorite rappers too, okay? So basically what he was doing was is vamping that particular energy of Michael Jackson. Also, if you look in this other video, Sun Goes Down by Mr. Nas X, right? When the stupid ad plays, we'll get into it. You will see how, now this was in May 21st, okay? And you'll see how, in this particular video, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, how he is trying to look like Michael Jackson or steal his energy again. Let's look at him. Hold on. All right. So you see he has an afro, he has the bow tie, and he has this sash. This is what they're trying to position him as. I'm just showing you the proof of what they're trying to do and how everything is going on. All right. Look at Michael Jackson in the Off the Wall. Same bow tie, same afro, same little sash. The only difference is he has on black, right? He has on black and white, right? He has on black mostly, while Little Nas X has on white. And this is also another way that they are able to ritualize you, okay? They use the colors of black and white because black and white is on the Masonic chessboard. And they control you with black and whites. They do that now with racism. Black lives matter. No, white lives matter. No, all lives matter, right? And they do that with racism in the media all the time. They do that with positive and negatives, telling you what's positive and negative, what is positive and negative, telling you which way to go, how to think. Take the jab, eat this. This is okay for you. This is bad for you. This is good for you. This is something you'll like, right? This is what they do. They are here to control your perception. And these rituals, these sexual rituals, are primarily designed to control your perception. And you don't even realize it because it goes right past your conscious mind into your subconscious. Okay? So again, he's tapping into that off the wall energy. And this is what they're trying to position now. So that's why they're talking about he was using the Remember the Time. All right? That's why he's using Remember the Time. Because they're trying to position him as Michael Jackson. It's not coincidence. This is planned. Let's continue going. Well, let's go back a little bit. Also, I want you to notice the colors. All right. If you notice the colors, since the summer solstice, we are really since July the 3rd, right? We're in the dog days of summer. So we're in the hottest part of the year. But this was done after the summer solstice when this particular BET Awards airs. right? So they have all this yellow, all this yellow color because they're trying to tap into the solar plexus chakra. They want to control your mental energy, right? Let's pull this up. I don't think I have anything. Just so you guys can see the color and stuff. So you see the color is the same color that they're using, all right? It's the home of the ego, personal power, energy transformation, okay? Ego, personal power, energy transformation, and self-esteem, okay? So they use certain colors to invoke certain feelings. It's just like if you look at McDonald's or Pizza Hut or Burger King, right? Or Checkers, or there's tons of other franchises, right? Papa John's, right? Well, I don't know Papa John's, but if you look at Burger King, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, right? Those that I know off the top of my head, they're using red and yellow because those colors correspond to the root chakra, which is your base desires of security and hunger and stuff like that, and your solar plexus chakra, which is this chakra, which deals with your ego, your personal power, your energy, right, and your self-esteem. So you feel better. This makes it control. The solar plexus chakra is really all about your mental energy, your ego energy, what you think about yourself, who do you think you are, your personal power, right? And it also helps transform energy because we know the sun helps things grow, right? Or too much sun can kill things, right? So it's the energy transformation. And of course, self-esteem deals with your inner light. So they're trying to control the inner light, not really of you and me, mostly for children. Because how many parents just sat there and watched this with children without even thinking about it twice? So he's here, and this is also a representation. If you look at these people in this video, what they're doing to him, it's all energy. They're twerking basically, right? And they're giving him the energy, giving him the energy. This is all a ritual, okay, at the bottom of the steps. Let's continue going. So now, what people will probably miss is they're going to miss these cubes on the ground, okay? These cubes all around. These cubes have a significance in any type of Masonic ritual. There's always going to have cubes. They're always going to have boxes, right? Because they represent the chessboard. So this is not just here for them to be nice and for the people to sit down on. No, this is all part of the ritual, okay? And if you look at a lot of other performances in this particular award show, you didn't see these, okay? I didn't see these in Megan Thee Stallion's performance, although that was another sex ritual, but we won't get into it. But yeah, you won't see these. So the checkerboard is very important when we're dealing with any type of Masonic ritual, right? So if you look at the Freemasonry, this is the chessboard. Okay, usually on the floor of the lodges. And as you see, this is a music video of another artist, how they use these in music videos all the time. What this symbolizes is transformation. What it symbolizes is positive, negative, and negative energy. But it being on the floor symbolizes control. It's being on the floor means we mastered polarity. We mastered positive and negative energy. We mastered good and bad. And we control what that good and bad, what that positive and negative energy is. If you look at Cardi B's Money video, okay, it's another big one. You see this black and white in the headdress right here, okay? You see the black and white right there representing it, okay? You see the transformation. And you also see her dressed. This is her as Isis. Or Horus and Isis, right? Or Heru and Orset. So this is the imagery. They're still using Kemetic and Egyptian imagery for a ritual. And we all know fiat money is how they control the masses. We all know there's a lot of people who would do anything for money. Again, here, Kemetic type of headdress, looking like Cleopatra in the Money video, along with the black and white. Again, I'm just showing you what's there, what they're doing. I'm just showing you what's there, what they're doing. This is not any coincidence that they use this particular color. If you look or watch this video, which I won't do for time, you'll see the floor is also, in some of the first scenes, it's also black and white. And they're also putting her in a cube as well, because these cubes are symbols of them controlling the floor, of them having the floor of your understanding, of them having the floor of your wisdom, of them having the floor of your perception. It's all a game of perception. You know what I'm saying? Control the mind, you got the body. And they do it through your emotions. They do it through your attachment. And they use Kemetic symbols because they understand that you have resonance. You have a resonance to Kemet. You have a resonance to Egyptian icons and iconography, to Egyptian hieroglyphs. Whether you know it or not, it is built into your subconscious, especially if you are a melanated being. This is the home of the greatest universities, some of the greatest warriors, some of the greatest scientists, some of the greatest herbalists and pharmacists, the greatest astronomers and astrologists. And Washington, D.C. itself is built just like Egypt. Okay? It has the Washington Monument is what they call a teke. The Washington Monument is what they call an obelisk as well in Greek. That is in Egypt. That's an Egyptian or a Cometian image. So when you look at Washington, D.C., which is where your presidents reside, realize that that Washington Monument and the Great Lawn and that big, I don't even know what they call it, that big lake is basically the Temple of Karnak. That's where they took it from. And you could look, let's see if I can pull it up. It was the Temple of Karnak. And at once, right, there was a big ocean during this temple and a big obelisk, all right? But this is where they got it from. This is where they got this from. See the obelisk right here? Okay, this is where they got this from. America is a replica of Egypt because it is a replica of Freemasons, and Freemasons the Freemasons are builders, and we know that Freemasons are basically people that are builders, and they consider themselves builders of men. And we know that building oneself is a job. It takes wisdom, it takes skill. And most people are not going to take the job. And that's how they look at it. They look at it like most people are not going to do this. So then they become just bloodsuckers of your energy. They figure out how to use your energy to take what they need because they figure you won't use it for yourself. They figure the masses are always going to be sheep. And as long as they have the masses as sheep, oh, let's see. I had it up, but basically what I want to show you is, let's pull this up. Should be here. No, not the Mishnah Islam, but this is not what I wanted. But basically, these people are what you call the 10%. 10%, who they believe, let's see if I could just pull it up here. It may not come up. Yeah, they still give me the same thing. Okay, so the 10%, this is what I was looking for. So Freemasons are basically the 10%. The 10% are the bloodsuckers of the poor. Those who have knowledge and power, again, wisdom, right? and who use it to justify and misuse the 85%. It goes on to say the 10% include the grafted white devils, as well as the Orthodox Muslims and Christian preachers who preach that God is a spook or a mystery God. We ain't really talking about that in 2021. I'm more talking about them being bloodsuckers of the poor and them having knowledge and power, but who use it to mystify and abuse the 85%. So that's what they're doing with these particular rituals. Now, let's get back into the video a little bit. So I just want to show you how these boxes have the same significance to that particular chessboard, that particular Masonic checkered floor. That's the significance of those boxes. For your subconscious mind to always know that they are in control. And you won't even realize it because it bypasses your conscious mind, because signs and symbols are the first language. That's why your dreams are in signs and symbols. Now, if you count these steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? Let's look at symbolism of the winding staircase, all right? 7 is the magic number. So it says, to approach them, we must first see them as presented in context through Duncan's Ritual and Monitor of Freemasonry. You could get this book on Amazon. It's not even that expensive, all right? And it shows you different grips. I have it here. I've shown it in one of my videos, different grips and different rituals and sayings and things that they do, all right? The truth is out here. You just have to look for it. So it says the 7 steps allude to the 7 sabbatical years, 7 years of famine, 7 years in building the temple, 7 golden candlesticks, 7 wonders of the world, 7 wise men of the East, 7 planets, but more especially the 7 liberal arts and sciences, which are grammar, rhetoric, logic, arithmetic, geometry, music, and astronomy. Now you may be thinking, right, grammar, rhetoric, logic, arithmetic, geometry, music, and astrology. Now you think that, oh, those are things that you study in school if you get a liberal arts degree, right? But that's not the liberal arts degree that they're talking about. It says, it goes on to say, a liberal education is an education conducted in a spirit of free inquiry, undertaken without concern for topical reverence or vocational utility. This kind of learning is not one of the enrichments of existence. It is one of the achievements of civilization. So basically what they're saying in a nutshell is that this type of learning is not necessarily school learning, right? This is learning that you are doing on your own or basically in their lodge is what they're saying, that you're learning about your true self in their lodge, right? Because because they want you to be part of the elite, right? Because if you're part of the elite, you're part of the rituals and then you're down with them, right? But they don't realize that their time is up and the matrix is unfolding. So they're trying to do these little rituals to keep people trapped in their system, to keep people emotionally attached, to keep people mad, to keep people frustrated. People say, oh, he's worshiping the devil. No, you can't care about any of that. And this is going back to the beginning of the video where he had on the hoods. This is just what they're saying is, just showing you visual images of them in these particular hoods performing rituals, all right, performing a Masonic ritual. Again, I'm not a Freemason, I'm just breaking it down. If you notice, it's a Ku Klux Klan, and they call the Ku Klux Klan a fraternal order. So it's based on Freemasonry as well. It's a fraternal order. All right. So let's go a little more into the video. And we're going to actually go into another one of his videos very soon. So I just want to show you those. So again, back to those 7 steps, right? Show you that it is an actual initiation. Also with the Egyptian theme, which is what the Freemasons deal with. Building a temple of man is the same as building a pyramid. This is why your pyramids are on your dollar bills, okay, with the eagle, because the pyramid is a representation of building man, or building your spiritual manhood or womanhood, building your divinity, right? Building your perception of all things, your wisdom about all things, your knowledge about all things. This is why the eye is on the top of the pyramid. So that's what's going on in that particular case. So I just want to show you that. All right, now notice they got the 2 Tekkens right here. Pyramid's still up, but they're going to change. And I'm going to show you these particular pyramids are going to change. And you really have to look. So the Tetragrammaton right here, which I showed you earlier, the 7 steps, okay? He's in a ritual circle again. All right, they got him going round and round in a row. He's in the ritual circle again. All right, so let's go. I want to go into another one of his videos. If I still have it up. Oh, no, I don't have it up. I do have. I'm going to show you how a lot of these things pop up. See, I have these up for a minute. I'm not sure if I'm looking for one. All right, here we go. So this is the video that had people in arms in the beginning. This is the Montero video. So in the Montero video, right now, if you look at this, right, this is designed to trigger people. Okay, he's trolling, but trolling has an advantage because it riles people's emotions up. People get emotional. People get angry. People become connected. When you see something like this and you're like, oh, this is bad. Oh, this is Satan. Oh, this is evil. Oh, why is he doing that? You are invested. You have made an emotional investment in Lil Nas X's. And that's what they want. They want to take your energy. They want to use your energy. They want you to, when you pay attention, paying attention, whatever you pay attention to, there is a charge. There's a payment made. So whatever you look at, whatever you give a lot of attention, whatever you give a lot of emotion to, there's a charge for that. And there's a connecting charge that's going to connect you to that particular thing emotionally. And there's a back and forth, okay, all at all times. So you got to watch things like this. And you got to laugh at it. You got to be real childlike about it, right? If you was a little 3-year-old and somebody showed you this, you wouldn't even trip because nobody told you about God or the devil or Jesus or none of that. You wouldn't trip as a little kid. So we got to get back to that childlike spirit to where a lot of this shit is just silly, okay? So I'm just showing you how they use these particular things. And then they use red as the root chakra. And they know you connect red to the devil and all that. You know what I'm saying? And then he just continues to get bigger and bigger because he continues to get more and more attention, which is more and more energy, which is more and more currency for him and his handlers. All right. But I want to get into just showing you some imagery that they use. So this is from his Montero video, the real official video that he did. And you know, see a tree in here. All right. We ain't going through this. You could look this up on your own, right? But what I want to show y'all in particular is how they use imagery. So you see he's sliding down the pole in this particular image. And you see this looks like the hanging man, all right? The hangman tarot, all right? What is the hangman? Following a higher calling, intuition, or self-improvement. So is this the higher calling? Going down into your, I'm not going to say the devil, but going down into your root chakra and staying there? Because that's what the devil is representing in this video, right? So this is the same image. Look at it again. The only thing is he don't have his hands up. All right. So these are the images that they use. Also, let's look at this particular image. All right. So you say, oh man, you look at this, you say, oh man, this is the devil, right? This is super evil. Oh my God, I'm so scared. Look at him. He's worshiping Lucifer. Let me show you this particular, and I'm talking about this right here, this upside down star. Let me show you who else is using this particular upside down star. We always say Black women aren't protected, right? But there are certain Black women who are protected. And guess which star they're using? Uh-oh. Order of the Eastern Star. Order of the Eastern Star. Yes, it is the same upside down star that you see in Mr. Montero's video. Yes, it is. Yes, it is the same star. Yes, it is. So there are some black women out here that are protected. These are black women. These are Eastern stars. This is what they use as a symbol. These are their symbols. See, we think it's the white man all the time. We think it's the white man all the time. I have the theory that behind all of this shit, behind every Freemasonic organization, behind every secret society, the main head of it is a black person. The main person running this planet is a black person, believe it or not. Because if they're showing you that it's a white person, that means that they're never gonna show you the truth. So if you think it's the Queen of England and the Prince, and you think it's tied to the Trumps and all that, they're never gonna tell you the truth. They're never gonna tell you the truth. But they're using the same star that you say is devilish. They don't look devilish to me. Just saying. Just saying. But there are black women out here that are protected. There are black women out here who are behind the veil. Okay? The same upside down star. So don't always think that it's Caucasian people out to get you, because it's not about color. It's about energy at the end of the day. So I just want to show y'all that. All right. I just want to show y'all that. So let's look at this particular thing, right? It's called the boule. Okay. So let's look at it a little bit. Let's look at what the boule is. Let's start from there. Sigma Phi fraternity, the boule. Okay. Sigma, and this is just straight up, right? Or searching. Also known as the boule, which in ancient Greece was a council of chiefs, is the oldest continuously existing Greek letter postgraduate fraternity, originally founded by and primarily for eminent Black professional men and later similar professional men of African descent throughout the world. So, this boule, right, this council of chiefs, okay, is eminent Black professional men, okay, and similar professional men of African descent throughout the world. Let's look at some of the characters of the boule and see, do they influence society or not? Are these people put at the highest the highest heights of society? Are these people marginalized? Are these people crying racism? Are these people that are always Black Lives Matter and ambulance chasers? Or most are Black mayors, congressmen, melanated mayors, melanated congressmen. Are these people part of the boule? Let's see. Let's see. Sigma Phi fraternity, the boule. Brief overview, 1904. All right, we're not going to go into this whole article. I want y'all here forever on your Sunday evening. But I want y'all to see, okay, this guy's a Henry Minton. He's a medical doctor, okay, MD. Algernon Bahir Jackson, MD. Him, homie, MD. DOS, MD, MD. So these are guys that are educated. They're not, they're not, they're not guys straight off the streets, right? They ain't hood, they ain't street. These are guys that are book learned, that are studious. And they said, we ain't fucking with you niggas. So we gonna form a society similar to our white counterparts, right? Because there's already different there's the York Rites and the Scottish Rites, right? So there's different fraternities. But this is something that was started in 1904, Okay. Oldest continuously existing Black Greek letter fraternity in the United States. Now, everybody in the fraternities don't get picked. So this is not to say everybody that pledges or whatever. Some of y'all that may be watching this may have pledged that is in the Boule. Like, that's just retarded, right? That doesn't even make sense. But the key word I want you to see here is, it says in the article below, Ronnie J. Reed, former Grand Sire Archon. Okay? Grand Sire Archon. The main word in this is archon. So let's go into what an archon is. Okay? An archon. Okay, this is a Gnosticism. Gnosticism is basically a branch of esoteric wisdom. Okay? Gnosticism is a branch of esoteric wisdom. That's small, that's a summary. We get into it deeper. But anyway, let's go into it. Archon and Gnosticism, any of a number of world governing powers that were created with the material world by a subordinate deity called the demiurge. And again, you can research this all you want. Although Gnosticism did not constitute a single movement, most Gnostics were religious dualists who held that matter is inferior and the spirit is good, and that salvation is attained by esoteric knowledge or gnosis. So they're dealing with esoteric knowledge. They're dealing with magic. They're dealing with rituals. They're dealing with signs and symbols. They're dealing with the tetragrammaton. They're dealing with putting chessboard boxes so that you can't see. They're dealing with putting Egypt in your subconscious mind so that you could be subconsciously influenced. They're dealing with esoteric is hidden knowledge, all right? Now, we're not going to go into all of this, but when it talks about the archons, it says this: the recurring image of archons is that of jailers imprisoning the divine spark in human souls. Jailers imprisoning the divine spark in human souls, held captive in material creation. Okay? Jailers imprisoning the divine spark in human souls, held captive in material creation. So why is homie calling himself Grandsire Archon? These black men. Why are they trying to imprison the spark in you? Because that's how they feed off of your energy. That's how they get your currency. This is the game. Okay? Let's look at some people that are popular that comes from fraternities. And again, I'm not saying everyone, so don't go crazy. I'm not saying everyone is part of the Boule. But Kevin Samuels, Kappa Alpha Psi. He seems to have blown up, hasn't he? With his relationship advice. Okay, he seems to have gotten big out of nowhere. Let's look at some other people. Look at your man Al, chilling, Boulé'd up. Okay. Don King, Boulé'd up. Jesse Jackson, Boulé'd up. These are just the people we recognize, right? Big Diesel, Shaq. Okay. Adam Clayton Powell, Charles Rangel, Congressman. Okay. And the list goes on and on. Duke Ellington, Nat King Cole, W.C. Handy, Dizzy Gillespie, Count Basie, Lionel Hamilton, Paul Robeson. That is not to say all these people that are in these fraternities, right, know everything or climbed up to the 33rd degree part, right? But they're all lodged up. Richard Pryor, Ozzie Davis, Paul Robeson, Sugar Ray Robinson, W.E.B. Du Bois. Didn't W.B. Du Bois have a problem with Marcus Garvey? Called him a monkey. They got him on tax evasion and got him up out of America, but Du Bois was still here. Creating the NAACP that does nothing, really? These are the people we think because they're melanated, they're black, that they're for us. Your man Benjamin Crump. Omega Psi Phi. Seems like they like these psis and these phis and these names. Okay. This ambulance chaser, always on the scene. Who put him on the scene? These are the people that's on your news channel, folks. These are the people that's on your Instagram and your Facebook feed that you're emotionally talking about. These are the people that you're screaming and yelling about. These are the ambulance chasers. We see what happened with the funds with Black Lives Matter. The inner cities look the same. The leaders got big houses and moved into white neighborhoods. And it's not to say there's nothing wrong moving into a white neighborhood. But goddamn, if you're a Black Lives Matter activist, I would think you go to Atlanta or something, with Buckhead or something, right? Or at least a black neighborhood in your city, or try to improve it. But no, no. Who else? Who else? Barry Jenkins, okay? He wrote the movie Moonlight. Moonlight. This is when they had the Oscars So Black, and they had to give somebody black basically an award to appease niggas that cared about the Oscars and what the Oscars was doing and how they wasn't representing us. Like, we don't have the ability to put on shows, but I digress. And make those same shows multicultural, just like the white shows that don't act like it's a black show, and make it multicultural, but black people are running it, or melanated people are running it, I should say. Right? He, Alpha Phi Alpha. Alpha Phi Alpha. Okay? Fraternity brother as well. These are the people in your neighborhood. Mayor of Detroit, Kwame Kirkpatrick. Alpha Phi Alpha. Let's keep going. David Dinkins, former mayor of New York City. If you watched Raising Kanan, right? The Raising Kanan 50 Cent show on Stars. They talk about David Dinkins. I think in the episode I saw today, they was talking about David Dinkins, or there was a scene with David Dinkins in it, or there was a scene showing David Dinkins' name. He was the mayor of New York, the only black mayor so far that we've had in New York City. Fraternity. Okay. I'm just showing you what's going on. I ain't here to tell you what to do. I'm gonna show you this, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of something else. I ain't gonna go too deep into this, but let this load up. So there's a Blue Lodge, okay? The Blue Lodge is the fundamental body of Freemasonry. No other part of Freemasonry is acceptable, so one has received 3 degrees of the Blue Lodge. So the Blue Lodge is the fundamental body of Freemasonry. All right, let's go back to the tracing board. This guy has a blue sash down here. If you see it, okay, see that blue, or that girl, that lady, I'm sorry, has a blue sash, okay? That's the fundamental body sitting on the 3 rungs, right? So this is how you get in. Let's go into, that's the Blue Lodge. Let's go into the Purple Lodge, okay? So the Purple Lodge was practicing secrecy, it says, for a period after the Grand Lodge in Dublin deemed the decree illegal. All right. So there's a Purple Lodge as well. You see the young lady right here again with the purple sash. If you're here, please hit that like button. I appreciate it. And subscribe. All right. So after the Mason travels the first 3 degrees of the Masonic Lodge, known as the Blue Lodge or the Craft Lodge, he advances to the Red Lodge. If you guys have recently saw Black Widow, Marvel movie, where they go to the Red House, okay? It's all over the place. You just gotta know what you're looking at, and it takes study and stuff like that. But I'm here for you. All right. So it says the Royal Arch degree catches him, asks, "Are you a Royal Arch Mason?" To which the reply is made, "I am that I am." as I showed you earlier, the tetragrammaton, right? Let's go back to that. Tetragrammaton, how it is in this particular imagery, and the tetragrammaton also is I am what I am, which is in, oh boy, they're gonna make me start over. That's all right, we're gonna go through it. Let's see. There's the tetragrammaton behind them. Okay. So this is not only that, but this is an initiation. You know what I'm saying? This is also initiation for him. And he may not even know it. Like, he may be innocent. This may just be something that his handlers is using. But people that are in these lodges, people that are in the 33 and the thirds, people who are doing this study, they are able to see this imagery probably just as clear as I am, because I've been doing this for quite some time, studying these type of things for quite some time. But they're able to see these imagery in this ritual, but it just resonates through you who do not know, resonates through your subconscious mind, right? So that is that. Let's get back into, so, and a lot of people are saying, oh, well, you know, Tank, they're not Tank, they're saying, oh, Madonna, you know, this is nothing. You know, Madonna did the same thing. Let's look at what Madonna did when, now we know Madonna kissed Britney Spears in the award shows. You see what happens, what's going on with Britney Spears now, right? Where she said she's been handled most of her life and she can't even do things that she wants to. Also, looking Madonna, looking like Baphomet. Okay. And she's sitting on some sort of, look at her with the Egyptian staff right here. So they always tap into comedic imagery, always to make their move, always to steal energy, always to tap into the subconscious mind, always to sway your perception, always. Also, you're going to see her. Look at, she has the pyramid on the back of her jacket. Okay. This is not just coincidence. Okay. These things aren't just coincidental. Here's another image I want to show you right here. She tapped into her Montero energy too, right? She got in her red and her horns. All right. But people's like, oh, yeah, it's you know, it doesn't mean anything. Let's look at this kiss of Madonna kissing Drake. Now, I want you to look at Drake's response after she kisses him. She basically slips something in his mouth. Look at this. Look, he's basically, look at his mouth. Look. See how he's holding his mouth? That's how, when's the last time you kissed somebody and you did that? She was trying to get his ass too. If she didn't get him already, or if he's not already got, okay? Because Drake got some shit, some imagery in his shit too, but we ain't gonna talk about him this one. Okay. The music industry, they know music is emotions. Music is emotions. Music is the sound of emotions. If you put on classical and I put on heavy metal, or I put on hip hop versus me putting on R&B, those all different emotions, all different sounds, all different emotions. So music is the sound of emotions. So they know they could tap into your emotions, tap into your body by using music. and get you hooked and get you influenced. And most importantly, get your children. So yeah, Madonna did it. Madonna did it. Yeah, you're damn right. So people, are like, oh, it's nothing with Little Nas still kissing people. Madonna's done it all these times. Yeah, so she's part of the go along, get along gang. She's part of this whole thing. All right. So let's go back into the video. Let me see if I got anything else to show you. Oh, I still got. Oh, let's go back before I even get back into the video. Let me just show you how they always do this too. Billy Porter. All right. And they always use comedic imagery. Look at old Billy. Now, Billy Porter recently came out, said he had HIV during Black Lives Matter. He was very much on some Black Trans Lives Matter. He was like diverting the attention that way, which is fine because, again, that's the Matrix at the end of the day. So it says Billy Porter made an entrance fit for a king. All right. He was carried in, reclining regally on a velvet, blah, 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 in golden pants. Porter himself wore an elaborate golden costume and headdress, reminiscent at first glance of a pharaoh. All right. It turned out that Porter's costume also included sweeping golden wings, making him look more akin to that of Isis, the ancient Egyptian goddess. So why are you coming in as Isis, fam? Why? Why they keep doing this? LGBTQ community, why they keep doing this? Why they keep doing this? Because these are Masonic rituals. That's why. Okay. So this is the Met Gala here in New York. Okay. Temple of Dender. Okay. This is in where the Met Gala is here in New York City. It's the Temple of Dender. Okay. This is where they usually do a lot of their rituals and a lot of their Met Gala performances in this particular spot. So this is basically a house that is used for rituals. It's a house that they use to harness energy. It's a house that they use to move the masses. And this is how they control you through fashion, through music, through art, and through influence, perception. Okay. And just to show you how they have these different performances, here, Met Gala, right? Different performances at the door, things like that. Of course, they're not going to show you the rituals that they do, but just to show you how this particular space is used. And again, it's comedic. What else I gotta show you? And this is old Barry Jenkins, fraternity member, who won an Oscar for Moonfall. It was definitely LGBTQ. Okay. And he's at the Met Gala. Look into who I ran into at the Met. All right. That's one of the ways you know that you are in, or they're trying to get you in, when you go to this Met Gala. And it's not a bad time to be Barry Jenkins, especially when Mike.com piece dubs your episode of Netflix, Dear White People, the best TV of so far. The best TV of 2017 so far. So who's controlling your perception? Again, Dear White People is a show on Netflix. Written by Black people, right? Looks like it got Black people in it. But I just showed you he's a fraternity brother. Okay? He won an Oscar for Moonlight. Did y'all think Moonlight? Did anybody see? I never saw Moonlight. I don't know many people in my community that I know that who even saw Moonlight, who even cared about Moonlight, but it won an Oscar. Okay? It's about a Black boy coming out as being gay. And again, it's not about your sexual preference. It's about the influence. It's about the way they influence society and influence the masses. It's the way they move the crowd, so to speak. All right. Also, guess who else is an Eastern Star? They said she's the first person, right, who refused to go to the back of the bus. Do we know that to be true? Rosa Parks was a charter member of Alonzo Mitchell Chapter 636, Grand Chapter Order of Eastern Star. She's one of them. She's an Eastern Star. Upside down star. She's an Eastern Star. She's one of them. This is how much we've been tricked, yo. This is how much we've been, yo, this is how much we've been like manipulated. And these are her, look, this is her receipt book. This is her receipt book. It's crazy when you think about it. And what they usually do is, well, I showed you the blue lodge, right? Showed you the purple lodge. Let's go to the purple. So I showed you the blue lodge. That's the initiation. I'll show you how that is on the tracing board. Blue lady, purple lady. Royal Lodge degree. Okay. Purple. Okay. The first 3 degrees. Then you go to the red lodge, which is the Royal Lodge, but it's actually, it's a purple lodge. Okay. And let's see. Look who has on blue and purple. I mean, I'm just looking at the tracing board. That's purple. That's blue. Is the Entered Apprentice tracing board, right? I keep opening this. I don't want to open that. Purple, and that's blue, right? What she got on? Go back. This is the inauguration. Don't you see purples and blues on the women representing the different lodges? Huh? Look at Joe Biden, too. Look at the color schemes. You think this is done you think this is done just because it looks good? So y'all, the masses, the 85%, the people who are going to get fed on by the archons, yeah. Oh, look how nice her dress looks. Look how pretty it is. Oh my God, look how stylish it is. Just on an illusion, folks. It's an energy game. It's an energy game. I didn't make this up. I'm getting this off the internet. Same way you can. Purple, blue. I showed you that there's a purple lodge. Showed you what an archon is. Okay? Showed you that he called himself an archon. Grandsire Archon. The image of archons is that of jailers imprisoning the divine spark in human souls held captive in material creation. You are a divine spark in a human soul held captive in material creation. Keep rooting for everybody black, like they telling you to do. Go ahead. And keep stay trapped in the matrix. These are the 7 steps I showed you to touch a Tetragrammaton. Now look at these lights going from, look at the light, the frequencies, the chakra frequencies, right? Going from root to sacral, building up that hunger. Keep looking. Red lights, yellow lights. See that? Okay, he's going to go into, I believe, Again, more sexuality, putting his penis in the front. Okay. This is look at the dances. Look at the dances. Okay. You probably, if you watch this, didn't even see that because you're not supposed to. It's designed to hit you in the subconscious. And you see these guys thrusting their waist in the screen, little children. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Hold up. Look at this guy on the left. Look at this guy on the right. I mean, you see this guy? Look at him. Look at what he's going to do. This ain't no sexual ritual. You probably you didn't see this. I didn't see this the first time I saw this. Because it's supposed to bypass, again, your subconscious mind, your critical thinking. And not influence you, per se, you as adults. This to influence children whose brains aren't fully developed until they're 25. Don't tell me there's no agenda when I'm showing you all these quote unquote coincidences. Let's move on. Now, this is the part where he invokes Kali Ma. This is the part where he's invoking that Binah energy. This is the part where he's invoking that dark energy. Let's go into a little bit of Kali Ma. Let's see what she looks like. Okay. So it says Kali Ma goddess and divine mother meaning. The meaning in Hinduism is a manifestation of the divine mother. Now, at the beginning of that video, you see, again, he petitions the woman. It's representing wisdom. It's representing that Gnosticism. It's representing him basically going to the altar. We all come from the womb of a woman. We all come from the womb of a woman. Excuse me. Women represent primarily wisdom, okay? So the divine mother represents the female principle, those not comprehending her meanings and roles in life, called Kali, the goddess of destruction. She destroys only to recreate, and what she destroys is sin, ignorance, and decay, okay? And right after he does this Kali Ma ritual to vamp energy, he's also going to go up those steps to show that it's destroying sin, ignorance, and decay, okay? Now, let's go into this next one. I don't have to say it. But so we're looking at Kali Ma, right? And what I want you to do is keep this image fixed in your head, because you are going to see this image again. This image is going to come back again in this particular video, right? So you see him you see her holding the head, right? You see in this particular image, I'm trying to remember where I was, so I don't go back. Look at, see it? And you're going to see this image too, where someone is under him while this is going on. And also to commence when he does the kiss, there is someone under him in these particular positions, not foot under, but under the waist. Okay. So let's go. This is when he's doing the remember the time. Okay. Now, the fire is going up. Okay. He's right in the middle of everything, representing him being in the middle of the tracing board right here. Okay. This is where the energy, this is the eye of providence, the eye of perception. You're going to see this eye of providence being raised up as well in this particular video. All right. So keep your eyes open. All right. So you see how everything's going. The pharaoh head is raised up with the devil horns, representing that root chakra energy. We're not going to talk about it as the devil anymore. We're just going to talk about it as low vibrational energy, because we are not caught in a Masonic chessboard anymore, right? We're not looking at things from black and white. We're just looking at things as polarity, different poles. There's times when you have to be a devil to people, you have to be evil to people that are trying to attack you or trying to hurt you or trying to cause you harm. You have to tap into that pole of energy. And there's also times where you have to be peace, you have to be harmony, you have to be relaxed. That's a different pole of energy. Okay, so we all deal with polarity. So let's continue going. Now, this is where he does remember the time, actually. And if you see, you notice there's the lightning bolts, all right? All right. Now, young Michael Jackson is also a representation of Heru, right? There's two forms of Heru. There's Heru the younger and Heru the king. Excuse me. Heru the younger is the one that was battling with Set. Heru the older has already won the battle, right? So he is Heru the younger. And this is also represented by Shango, okay? And I'll just prove that. Shango, Yoruba god of thunder and lightning. Shango was the fourth king of the ancient Oyo Empire, the West African center of culture and politics for the Yoruba people. So they are, and he's invoking Shango in this point, but it's also a representation of him taking an energy, of him being empowered by this particular ritual, of him being the new Michael Jackson, what I showed you earlier, of him being the leader of young black boys and the influencer of young black boys. The more young black boys that you have turning gay, is the less children you will have. Because although we revere and honor the divine mother, it is the seed of a man that goes inside that womb. It is the action of a man putting that seed inside the womb. That womb is not producing a seed on its own without the man. It takes a man to do that. And even if you look at masculine energy, let's say you have some, because I heard people talk about a Barbary gland, right? You have something where the, let's say you could get the seed from some part of the woman's body. It still takes masculine energy to push that baby out, right? It still takes masculine energy to push that baby out or even cut that energy. So masculine energy. So if you have men, continue to have men that are not sleeping with women, you will no longer have life. You will no longer have a society of people that are growing because you're not making babies that way without a woman. I don't care how many wombs you steal from black women, eventually you're going to run out of black women if they're not being created. And again, I'm not knocking anybody's sexual lifestyle. I'm just being practical. I'm facing reality. I'm being reasonable. Okay? It's just a fact. So let's continue going. So he's invoking his energy and he's going to eventually, he's tapping into that Michael Jackson energy. As I told y'all earlier, he's going to throw off his Uraeus because he's already gotten all the energy that he needs. And then he's going to go up for the finale, right? Let's go into it. And Uraeus is that crown on his head. And he throws it, right? Boom. And it stops. So that was a ritual representation of him now being crowned, of him now climb, and he's now going to climb these 7 steps, representing those 7 liberal arts, 7 planets, 7 wonders of the world, right? Number 7 being a magic number, representing completion. A step really into this royal arch degree, right? Because this is really the ritual of that. And let's see if I'm bugging, okay? And all this, so he's gotten all the energy, the lightning bolt struck, the fires are at high, the tetragrammaton, as I showed y'all earlier, is behind him. If you don't see that, go back and rewind it. All right. People down there are worshiping him. Hold up. I'm gonna show you the little worship that's going on after he did his little thing. They're down their knees. Look at him. Now, this guy, he comes, he throws. Now, I'm bringing this up because I'm gonna show you Kali Ma again. I'm gonna show you how he was invoking Kali Ma, which is that Bina energy and also that Shango energy. All right, but now he's gonna toss him away, okay, as a representation of it's a representation of the head being cut off. There's a representation of this head being cut off, this destructive energy, this energy of spiritual power, this energy of raw dark matter. That's what Kali Ma represents, right? So he's going to cut the head off after they did the spin. Let's go back a little bit. Just so you can follow me. We ain't gonna go too far. Okay, he already threw off the, oh wait, no, I want to go back a little bit more. Oh no, this is, they invoke Kali Ma, hold on. And this is where I'm doing Remember the Time, actually. So they invoking Michael Jackson and the Shango energy with Michael Jackson and Kali Ma energy to represent that transformative energy, which they just did. Now they're doing the dance, ritual dance, the same ritual dance we do in the occult to Yoruba or Santeria or whatever other occult systems there are out there. There's always dance and ritual. And this is that Kali Ma energy. He's going to push his head away, which represents that cutoff, that cutting of the head. Y'all see that? That head that Kali has in her hand. That's the representative Kali. That's the completion of that ritual. So now he's going up the steps, throwing his ass, let you know it's a motherfucking sex ritual. Now look at the pyramids. Look at the pyramids as he's going up the steps. Okay? Look at the pyramids. We went from the pyramids being up in the beginning. See the pyramids up, 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 upwards. Okay, pointed up. The red colors. Okay, the yellow. Okay, everything is up. Even the pyramids back here, everything is up. Everything is up. But when we get to this 310 mark after he does his ritual, look at the pyramids. Look at them. They're down. Y'all can tell me I'm crazy all you want. I know what I see. So what he's doing in this particular issues, it is completing the ritual. He's forming what they call a Merkaba. So a Merkaba means light, spirit, body. It is the energy sphere in which everything exists. It is the vehicle that carries you to the dimensions of unity and love that exist beyond the mind. The upward and downward interlocked tetrahedrons represent the duality of existence, body and spirit united in the harmony of a singular form, which is what the Masonic checkerboard floor or the chessboard floor represents. Okay, I don't know why I would say checkerboard. The chessboard floor represents unity of opposites. The unity of opposites. Okay? So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Oh, and let me show y'all before I forget. One of the ways you know these people that are initiated, right? This is a secret into the Blue Lodge is look at who gets the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Presidential Medal of Freedom is the sign. They ain't gonna tell you this, but I will. Look at the people that have gotten it. Now, of course, some people have gotten it are probably unaware, but most people who've gotten it are part of the Go Along, Get Along gang. Okay? So that's the Blue Lodge getting into the Blue Lodge. All right? Don't worry. So let's wrap this video up and we'll get a little bit into the new one. Then I'm going to get my ass off this. Okay? So you see what's going up. The pyramids are going down, forming that Merkaba. Go back into Merkaba a little bit. I don't think I covered that enough. So Merkaba, oh, I did. Okay. So Merkaba, I told you, light, spirit, body. That's a Merkaba. The two different triangles interlocked with each other, which is what he's doing. Okay. All right. So that is part of the completion of the ritual, him forming this Merkaba. It balances male and female energy and streams source energy into the physical realm. They're telling you it balances male and female energy and streams source energy into the physical realm. It represents the mantra as above, so below. Now, Merkaba comes from more, okay? Merkaba or Morkaba. And the Moors, just to prove it through Britannica, I mean, we shouldn't have to do this nowadays, but these are melanated people from the region of North Africa, okay? So Merkaba or Morkaba is dark, light body, dark light body, right? Spanish term moro, you know, and here in New York, they'll call you a moyo, you know what I'm saying? Which is kind of a derogatory term for black people. And Europeans depicted Moors as being black, swarthy, or tawny in skin color, okay? So it's that black body radiation with the light of the myrrh. So the myrrh is the darkness, the light is the ka, and the ba is the body. So dark, light body is how they form this Merkaba. All right. And where does this Merkaba image come from? Again, Merkaba meditation first branched in ancient Egypt. Okay. So the Freemasons are utilizing the Egyptian mystery school system and their teachings, and they hide it from you. There's a little bit that was leaked out through the Nation of Islam's teachings and their lessons, right? Because Master Fard Muhammad was definitely a Freemason. A little bit of research will show you that. If you study, you'll realize he came from a Freemason lodge, and he basically taught what he shouldn't have been teaching to Elijah Muhammad. And Elijah Muhammad ran with it and built the Nation of Islam. But this is something that comes from Kemet, okay? And again, I'm not saying Kemet was the first. I know Sumeria and all these other cultures, but Kemet is the culture that put it all together and had the universities. They had the society. They had the warriors. They had the sciences, right? They were the highest of the high. They were the Harvard. But imagine Harvard being a whole community, a whole land of the day, okay? So that's a Merkaba. I showed you Madonna on her ritual game, okay? Looking Madonna on her Montero vibe. Or she on her Montero vibe. Hold up, where's that? Let's do it. Look, she on a Montero vibe. All right. These musicians, man, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful to what you buy into, what you're emotionally involved with. Because they'll get you. All right. So if you're here, please like, subscribe, all right? Appreciate it. And if this is, giving you any insight into anything, drop a donation. Don't be shy. All right, so showed you the pyramid, the Merkaba that he's formed. All right, he took off that dress. Now, these are the only two people they showed. These are the only two people they showed this whole video. We played this whole video. Notice how everybody's lining up. They got their legs up in the air, basically throwing penis at you. Just keeping it real. Gotta understand, everything happens for a reason. These things are planned out. Okay? They all up the steps, lined up, giving them energy. And we know Lena Waite is, she's LBGQ. So they're showing you the influence they're trying to give you. Her or him looks like they're LBGTQ too. Okay? This is the only guest that they show this whole video. This whole show. This is the only people that they show. Why is that? Coincidence? You're going to tell me there's no agenda and I'm showing you all these signs and symbols? Come on. Come on, fam. And look what pops up behind him. Look what pops up behind him. Well, I'll be. The eye of Ra, or the eye of providence. And this is when he does his thing. Let's look at, so this eye, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to when the eye pops in. Let's go into what this eye is, because some of you may not know. And it pops up right when he's about to do this kiss. Boom. So this is the eye of Ra, what they might call the eye of providence. Let's get into that. Or the all-seeing eye, or the eye of Heru. So boom. Okay, again, ancient Egyptian symbol of protection, royal power, and good health. All right. But this deals with perception. All right. It deals with perception. The Eye of Horus, also known as the Wajet or Ujat, is an ancient Egyptian protection symbol. This symbol incorporates an eye together with an eyebrow and is decorated with the markings of a falcon's eye. All right. A falcon has great vision. It's one of the greatest, one of the birds with the greatest vision, greatest visions. It's a bird that has some of the greatest vision out there. Some of the greatest vision out there. Okay. They want to control your perception. All seeing eye, revealing infrared. Okay, I don't care about that. What I'm going to show you is the all seeing eye, or eye of providence, has a long history. Okay. Its origin can be traced to Egyptian mythology and the eye of Horus, as it appears in both Buddhist and Hindu doctrine. The Buddha himself is also referred to as the eye of the world, while Lord Shiva has an all-seeing eye, that all-seeing third eye that is in his forehead that watches over everything that happens in the world. Now, I showed you how all these things are to get you in a low vibration. They use the color red to put you in a low vibration because they know that triggers the root chakra. They use these different colors to trigger your sacral chakra and your solar plexus, using red and yellow also to stimulate your hunger, which then they put sexual imagery on top of it to stir your loins and stir your organs, right? So they have your mind through the perception. Also, they have the music playing, right? So you sitting there with your kids watching the award shows. You're not communicating to your children what's happening, right? And they're being watched by the eye of the world. See, most people didn't even peep how this just popped up automatically after these two pyramids was up, all right? And of course, he's going to close. You see them down in worship. You even see them bow down to it. Look. Look. This is an energy vampire. This is energy vamping at its finest. This is taking energy and utilizing it for their own purposes. And the purpose is for young boys to be confused in their teenage years, in their youthful years, to take risk, right? And again, I grew up on hip hop. I know how influential hip hop is. I'm old enough to see how hip hop has changed people, has changed children, has changed younger people than me, people in their 18, 19s, and 20s. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, people didn't have tattoos on their face like that. When I was growing up, people didn't have dreadlocks like that. When I was growing up, shoot, most people didn't look dusty like they do now. And be honest. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, the men were way different. It was way more testosterone, way more masculinity, way more strength in men and manhood. Right? But this is what they want to give you. And please don't tell me, ladies, that you don't want men. You don't want men to be men. Because I've protected a lot of y'all here in these New York streets, seeing y'all get harassed. And I know y'all getting harassed, and I walk up on a dude, basically risk my life. But I'm protected, so I ain't worried about that. On the train, seeing y'all getting harassed by the crazies, and I go out there and risk my life. Y'all think some of these black people are on y'all side because they say the right things and because they on the news all day. These people are part of the same go along, get along, man. These people are part of the boule, and they're here to influence your children. So you got to talk to your children. You got to let them know what's up. It's your job. No one can do it but you. Yep, exactly, David. Demonizing our power. Exactly. Taking the energy for their uses. And it's really mostly to influence, move, and make money. Because they think that they're better than you. They think that they're smarter than you. They think that they're wiser than you, right? And they just see you as food. You are a food source if you choose to be for the Matrix. They run the Matrix. And if you choose to follow everything that they say and do and say, this is the fashion and this is what you should start eating and this is the diet you should start taking and this is the way you need to start wearing your hair and these are the TV shows that you need to watch and these are the next upcoming people and this show has an Oscar and this show is for black people and this show has black actors and you think that they are on your side, I am showing you that they are not. Another fraternity guy, writer, Underground and Insecure, Kappa Alpha Psi. All these fraternity guys are writers for these black shows. Hmm. Hmm. I've seen some wild things watching Insecure, but I was like, whoa, Insecure? Whoa. Whoa. All sorts of unprotected sex, all sorts of I ain't even gonna go into it. I ain't gonna go into it. But I just want to show y'all. When I look at these things, I look at them. You have to start looking at these things and not being emotionally influenced. You got to start looking at these things as decoders. You got to start looking at the symbolism. I look at people be mad because I be looking at everything like through a lens of symbolism because I know if I'm watching something, I know the goal is to influence me. I know the goal is to control my perception. I know the goal is to control my children's perception. I know the goal is to make me think what they want to think, regardless if it's black or white, and I have to see what the agenda is, if there is an agenda. Now they're all going to worship him. Okay. Now this is the same guy. This is to show you how they use polarity against you. This is the same guy that he pushed down in the what I showed you earlier. This is the same guy that he pushed down in that Kali Ma part of the ritual. And of course, as you guys know, he's going to kiss the darkest of the dark dudes. Look at these two guys, though, under him. Doesn't it look like they're kind of giving him head? Man, these people are dangerous. You understand? If you don't look at these things frame by frame, you will not understand that you're looking at a sexual ritual, my brothers and sisters. And we ain't gonna watch the kiss. Y'all already know what's up. But the kiss comes right after the eye because they want you to perceive what they want you to perceive. All right. Trying to make him young Michael Jackson again. All right, let's look at this again. Afro. Afro, fluffy shirt, bow tie. This was done a day after Michael Jackson died, on the same day after Michael Jackson died, BET Awards. BET Awards, June 27th. It was actually June 26th. Michael Jackson died June 25th. This guy wants to lead your children. I'm trying to show you. Okay. Now, let's get into the new one real quick. We can get out of here. Oh, why did I have this up? Matrix Party. Oh, I had this up just to show you guys how sexual energy. This was before they went to fight Zion in the Matrix revolutions. They went to fight the machines in Zion, and how they had this big sexual ritual. In this particular scene in the Matrix, they actually all start stripping and getting naked and have like an orgy. They don't really show the orgy, but it just shows you how sexual energy, and there's music playing, how that's always a part of ritual, right? It is not to say the Matrix is doing a ritual or anything, but the Matrix shows you different aspects of occult spirituality and esoteric thinking and philosophy. And like I told you my last live, if you haven't watched the Matrix, you need to. You need to go watch all three again and really break it down and look for it. And there's breakdown videos on YouTube stuff too, right? So we showed you that. All right, so and look at how the Matrix is bigging this up, right? Now this boy, 22 years old, I'm 6'3", right? This guy is 6'2". This is a tall dude, all right? This guy is a man. If you see him in real life, you're seeing a man. You're seeing a tall man. You know what I'm saying? He don't look like no little boy for real. So this man, right? If you're saying he's not influencing children, but let's look at this first, all right? So it says he's serving industry baby on Twitter with a heaping side of truth, all right? So he's saying he's serving truth. This is what they're saying about men dancing naked in a prison bathroom. Mostly black men at that, if not all black men. Yeah, it's all black men, right? I don't want to see the whole thing. I ain't want to do that. But it's all black men in this video. Twitter reactions to Lil Nas X Industry Baby are exactly why I'll never delete this app. Lil Nas X, this is Entertainment Weekly, and his sexy cellmates dance naked in a prison shower. Who is mostly in prison? Is it not melanated people? So-called black people? Did he not drop this video on the day of a full moon? Just like he dropped that performance on the summer solstice? This is how they influence folks. And being that this is a full moon, right? And they know that we are in the dog days of summer. They know we're getting all these this solar energy hitting the planet, right? There's a lot of solar flares that have been hitting the planet on the low. We know these temperatures have been stupid, scorching hot, right? They know the way our melanin responds, or eumelanin responds to solar energy, that it stores it and is able to be utilized. They know that we are emotional creatures. And they know that if they could harness our emotions, that we will continue to be food for them. We will continue to be energy sources. We will continue to be sources of currency. And they will continue to feed off our pain, feed off our problems that they create. Hegelian dialect, problem, reaction, solution. This is influence, folks. This is the first page. As soon as I pull this up, I'm like, oh, they're saying all this good stuff. Like it's a heap inside of truth. Sexy cellmates. I'll never delete this app. Come on. They want you to talk about this because it makes it more and more popular and more influential, and more little boys that don't know better, that don't have mothers, that don't have fathers, that are in tune, you know what I'm saying, that are not lost in the sauce themselves. A lot of kids don't have great parents. Let's keep it real. A lot of us have childhood traumas because we didn't have the best parents. A lot of us were raised on TV and radio. Go watch WandaVision on Disney Plus. She was raised on TV. So when she went through the stress and chaos of life, she recreated her life like a TV show. People do this all the time. I didn't see big eyelashes on women like that till Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, started bubbling. Go back and check the timeline. Go back and check the pictures in the 90s and early 2000s. Once Love and Hip Hop Atlanta started bubbling, that's when you seen all the crazy eyelashes started coming out. No judgment. I'm just showing you how things, how you are influenced and you don't even know it. Oh, he's not trying to influence kids. This looks like a children's book to me. And in fact, this was when Old Town Road first dropped. This is like a children's book to me. Ain't nobody of age reading this. There's people with undeveloped brains, children under 25 who could be influenced. And he on Sesame Street with the same yellow on, and he got pink. You know, pink is also another color for the heart chakra, which is what's in play right now with all this solar energy representing our solar plexus or the sun within us, which is eventually gives the energy to our heart chakra. So he has this sun color with a pink top on. Look, he's talking to Elmo. I'm gonna prove it though. That pink is also because I know you're saying, "Oh, the heart chakra is green, Rob." Well, there's two colors for the heart chakra. That's why you have the pink heart of the actual symbol of a heart, right? But he's tapped in. And again, I don't think he's doing this on his own. I think he's being influenced. You know what I'm saying? But once you understand, maybe this is why I have the chakras to show you. But yeah, let me show you. Because I don't want you to believe me. Don't just take my word for it. Who am I? Yellow, solar plexus, okay? Heart. That's green, but I'm going to show you how it's also pink as well, representing the heart, all right? So yeah, he's on Sesame Street. You know what I'm saying? He was on Sesame Street. Don't tell me he ain't trying to influence children. What are color therapy chakras? Pink rose is a secondary color associated with the heart chakra. Pink rose is a secondary color associated with the heart chakra. Pink has a soothing effect on the body, relaxing muscles. Check it out. Because it has been found to have a tranquilizing effect on aggressive and violent people, pink is often used in prisons. Pink is often used in prisons, mental wards, institutions, hospitals, and juvenile and drug centers because it has been found to have a tranquilizing effect on aggressive and violent people because they don't want you to be in your masculine strength. And it's not just about the men in prison. It's about when the boys go in prison after listening to all these rappers talk about how much dope they got and how much guns they shot, and they got no fathers in the home and no real male examples, and they listening to the rappers and they watching the videos and they thinking that's what a man is, and then they go do stupid shit for Gucci, Louis, and Prada, or shit survival a lot of times, right? Because this is how the rappers say to survive, how to survive instead of getting a YouTube channel or building a website or, you know what I'm saying, doing something on the internet or creating something. The rappers say you got to sell dope. So now you go into prison, right? And this is how they want you to be. What Tariq Nasheed said, buck breaking. You understand? So it has a tranquilizing effect, but the tranquilizing effect is to tranquilize your ass, your masculine ass, especially, and to get that testosterone as low as possible. But wait, Penises are shrinking across the world, and sperm counts are going down around the world. With Snopes, right? Medical News Daily, penis atrophy. Okay, let's see what Snopes says if I'm talking facts. It says this alarming decline may correspond with human exposure to a common class of chemicals found in everyday products. Let's look at this. This is the big word, right? We're about to close. I appreciate y'all being with me. Another common class of chemicals found in everyday products. Well, what is these class? What is this class of chemicals? What is this class of chemicals? Do you know that the U.S. military actually considered building a gay bomb? They said they didn't build it. What was it going to be? Matter of fact, you guys may say, "Oh, that's not a real source." So let's go to BBC News, right? BBC News is a good source. The plan for love, so-called love bomb, envisaged an aphrodisiac chemical that would provoke widespread homosexual behavior amongst troops, causing what the military called a distasteful but a completely non-lethal blow to morale. Again, I'm going to read it again. The plan for a so-called love bomb envisioned an aphrodisiac chemical. What they say was doing this to men? An alarming decline may correspond with human exposure to a common class of what? What? So when I be talking about diet, right? I'm not just talking bullshit. Common class of chemicals found in everyday products. All right? Says it right there. Well, let's go back. Let's look at some of the other articles. The gay bomb would be a cloud of gas that would be discharged over enemy camps that contain a chemical that would cause enemy soldiers to become gay and have their units break down because all the soldiers became irresistibly attracted to one another. Basically, the pheromones in the gas would turn the soldiers gay. Now, how many Popeye chicken sandwiches did y'all eat? Game is deep, ain't it? They told y'all the Popeye sandwiches were great, right? A year later, niggas caught COVID. I ain't gonna say I ain't eat one, but I ate one, and not when the rush was rushing. You know what I'm saying? How many? How many chemicals are in your chicken or in your meat? Y'all know they shooting animals up with chemicals, right? You think they playing fair? They told you they got it. The gay bomb and halitosis bomb. This is they saying it's hypothetical. You think they don't still have the chemicals? They told you. Look, this is Snopes. Snopes supposed to be a reliable source, right? They fact check. Sperm counts are going down. Penises are sized to shrink. Now, the crazy part is, look at this. Sperm levels in biological males from Asia, South America, and Africa, where they don't eat the bullshit that we have here. They don't have the diet that we have here, right? We're not shown to be drastically decreasing. It could be the result of either lifestyle, chemical exposures, or other undetermined factor. They know what the fuck the factor is. They're putting shit in the food. So don't tell me there's no agenda. Don't tell me there's no agenda. Don't tell me there's no agenda. Talk to your children. Talk to them about sex. sex from an early age. Let them know they don't come from no motherfucking stork. Let them know how a man and female works. You could explain it in the most basic childhood way where it's not nasty, right? Daddy sleeps with mommy. My penis goes in her vagina and we have sex. Straight up. And I know that sounds crass to say, but these are the times we're living in where your kids can pick up a tablet or a phone and type in sex and see everything. So you can't be one of those, oh, I don't want to talk, oh, I don't want to tell them. No, tell them what's up. Or Little Nas X will. Tell them what's up, or he will. Or when your sons get locked up, he will. Or somebody else will. You can look all this stuff up yourself. And another reason why they want to do this, last but not least, is the white birth rate is going down. Yes, it is. Caucasian people are dying off. So wouldn't it benefit, right? If I am a school of squirrels and I see another squirrel, a school of squirrels. So I see a bunch of squirrels, or families of squirrels, right? Then there's families of chipmunks. But my squirrel population is going down, right? Wouldn't it be beneficial if my squirrel population is going down and dying for me to make sure that the chipmunks don't reproduce or try to help make sure I mean, this is if you're thinking this evil, right? To make sure the chipmunks aren't reproducing so that I could still have a rate of survival. Wouldn't it be beneficial for me to infiltrate their media and have all these interracial relationships highlighted and spotlighted? And again, I don't care who you sleep with again. I'm just talking about perception and influence. But wouldn't it be beneficial for me to highlight these interracial relationships so I can have a chance of survival, hopefully? Because I know Black melanated people could produce Black and white people. Yeah, I know that. Like, we could produce Black and white people. Black, dark skinned people could produce children with straight hair and blonde hair and, blue eyes. With that said, Goats, I've been on here for a while. Hopefully, this showed you what's going on. Hopefully, you will look at the media differently. Hopefully, you will look at the news differently. Hopefully, you will look at music videos differently. Hopefully, you will look at these shows and these performances differently. Hopefully, if you hear somebody Black say something, you don't automatically just believe it and run into it because it sounds good or it sounds like they're passionate, but you do some research and look into these people and see where they're coming from and what they're saying. And make sure these people have your best interests at heart, or are they just trying to steal your energy and drain you and keep you stressed out and keep you in a police brutality matrix and keep you in a poverty matrix and keep you in a we will overcome matrix, keep you in a Black Lives Matter matrix. With that said, y'all, I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the support. Peace, power, and prosperity to you. Oh, like, share, and subscribe. One love. And have a great week.